Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. Just finished watching a great game on Dave Little's channel, Knicks and Bucks from the early 70s in his Epic Basketball League. I suggest you check it out. It was phenomenal. And now we're going to get back to our Strat-O-Matic baseball project, the 1968 Bob Gibson and Denny McLain challenge against the 2017 12 best teams as I deem them. And it will be Bob Gibson on the mound to take on the 2017 Chicago Cubs and Jake Arrieta. We've already played our 12 away games. We now have our 12. We're in the process of our 12 home games. So this is Bob Gibson and Jake Arrieta. In 1968, Denny McLain was 31-6 with an ERA of 1.96 with 280 strikeouts. Bob Gibson was 22-9 with an ERA of 1.12 and striking out 268. So we will continue on with our challenge. Let's get to the starting lineups and roll some Strat-O-Matic baseball. The next game up in this project will be Denny McLain. To the ballpark we go. Let's start off with Bob Gibson's card. Let's go to the stats. Notes. Ratings. Pitching. There we go. No, I can never find it. Actually, we'll just do it from over to the right. Though we should be able to do it from here. I thought it was under notes. Yes, it is under notes. 18th time is the charm. So Bob Gibson has had 15 starts. In those 15 starts, he's had one no decision. He is 8-6. His ERA is a 1.90 and 133 innings pitched. He's given up 87 hits, walked 38, struck out 121. And given up 9 gopher balls. He's had very little run support. This is a very anemic St. Louis Cardinal offense. We've mixed it up slightly, try to score him some more runs. I play as the Cardinals. The Strat-O-Matic baseball PC engine will play as the Cubs. So Gibson is on the mound. As we said, he's 8-6 in the project, 1.90. In actuality, in 1968, 22-9 with a 1.12. McCarver's behind the plate, plus one arm. Cepeda's at first, Javier's at second, Maxville's at short, and Shannon at third. The usual suspects to round out the infield. And now we go to the usual suspects in the outfield. Lou Brock's in left with a plus one arm. Kurt Flood is in center with a minus one arm. And Roger Maris in his last year of professional baseball is in right with a minus two arm. At the ballpark here in St. Louis, a St. Louis native. What's blazing in sports? T-Dub. Check out the greatest boxing channel on YouTube. Phenomenal job our good friend T-Dub does. And congratulations to little T-Dub. He graduated kindergarten the other day. That is awesome sauce. Many more happy, healthy years to come for T-Dub and his family. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire, is at the ballpark also. As Ken says, 67 and 68 cards are fun to play with. Absolutely. I picked up a ton of seasons. Strat-O-Matic's having buy 3, get 1 free for the PC rosters, and I picked up 16 seasons. Very psyched about that. So, it's my entertainment dollars. Alrighty. So now let's go to the Cubs starting lineup. It'll be John Jay in center, Chris Bryant at third, Anthony Rizzo at first, Ben Zobrist at second. Doing the catching, Wilson Contreras. Ian Happ is in left, Jay Hayward's in right, Russell's at short, and batting ninth is Schwarber, the DH. So here's John Jay, and in 2017 for the Cubbies, Jay batted .296, 2 homers, and 34 ribbies. left-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Bob Gibson. Gibson looks in at McCarver. He picks up the sign. Here's the pitch to John Jay. Ball game on its way. And that is a 2-6 to John Jay. 2-6. Jay's going to see a pitch to Grip and Rip. 2-6. And that is a 6 on the split. Jay rips that ball to right. Maris cuts it off before it gets by him and holds Jay to a single. So a leadoff single for John Jay. Cepeda holding him on, and here comes Chris Bryant. Bryant in the project is batting .333. No homers, no ribbies. He's walked twice, struck out 4 times. Jay at first, Cepeda holding him on. Maxfield and Javier pinch the middle, hoping for 2. Bryant, a right-handed batter, looking for the 3-2 column. Gibson nods his head. He deals to Bryant. And that is a 2-9. Oh boy, Gibson is not sharp right now. That's a 2-9 off the Bryant card. Gibson misses location. And he comes high and tight, and he hits Bryant with the pitch. So maybe Gibson trying to showcase his dominance. He wants to own that plate, but now there's 2 on, no outs for Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo in 2017, 273, 32 home runs, 109 runners knocked in. Rizzo in the project is 0 for 11 with 2 walks. Gibson hoping to make him 0-12. The left-handed power stick digs in. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Rizzo, and that is a 5-10 off the Gibby card. 5-10 to Anthony Rizzo. 2 on, no outs. Rizzo goes the other way. Fly ball, left field. Brock coming in. He makes the catch. 1 down. So Rizzo was behind on that fastball. Bobby Cantillano is at the ballpark. Hope ball as well. Check out her wonderful channel. Here comes Ben Zobrist, the cleanup batter. Former Tampa Bay Ray. Zobrist batted .230, 12 homers, 50 ribbies. McCarver wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Gibson deals to the left-hand batting Zobrist. Zobrist looking for the 1-4 column. And that's going to be a 3-12 off the Zobrist card. 3-12 to Ben Zobrist. That's a hard hit ball to Javier. Over to Maxwell. On to Cepeda. Double play. Inning over. So that's 4-6 to 3. Gibson pitches out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here in St. Louis. On the mound, Jake Arrieta for the Cubs, 14-10 with a 3.53. Gave up 23 homers, striking out 163, walking 55. He is 0-1 in the project, as Lester got the first 2 starts and he was god-awful, so he went with Arrieta. Behind the plate is Contreras, -2 arm. Rizzo's at first, Zobrist at second, Russell at short, Bryant at third. Happ is in left with a neutral arm of 0. Jay's in center with a +1 arm. And Hayward is in right with an excellent arm, -4. Here's Lou Brock. He'll be followed by Kurt Flood, Roger Maris, the Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda, Tim McCarver, Mike Shannon, Bobby Tolan, the DH. Javier's at second, and batting ninth, Dal Maxfield at short. Lou Brock in 1968 batted .279, 6 homers, 51 ribbies. In this project, he has been not bueno. .206, no homers, 4 ribbies, 4 walks. He has struck out 22 times and only has 3 stolen bases. Arrieta, if you get on, he's horrible. He's a +6 on the hold. Here's the pitch to Brock. Brock looking for the 2-6. Jake Arrieta deals to Brock. And that is a 4-8 to Lou Brock off the Arrieta card. 4-8 to Lou Brock. And Brock works a walk. They'll take that. So Lou Brock, 95% chance of stealing second. Again, Arrieta, god-awful at trying to hold a runner on. Rizzo's going to do his best. We're going to steal with Lou Brock. He has a 44% chance to get the lead. We're going to attempt the stolen base. He can't get the lead. Still a 75% chance to steal. He will attempt it. They're going to throw down. Here's the throw from Contreras. Will he get Brock? No, he won't. That is a 6. So Lou Brock steals second base. And he's in scoring position. Still a 75% chance to steal third. The Cardinals, with one of the worst, tremendously worst offense I've ever seen for a World Series team. And I've played a ton of games. They talk about the 66 Dodgers and Koufax, who was absolutely awesome. At least they had some pop in their lineup. Another anemic offense. So Brock with a 75% chance of stealing third. He's going to attempt it. He can't get the lead. So he'll have to stay put. They're not going to give us the option here. So here's Curt Flood. And in 1968, Flood batted .301 in the year of the pitcher. 5 homers, 60 ribbies. In the project, 226, no homers, 7 RBI, 4 walks, 13 Ks, 2 stolen bases. He is a B bunter. Maris is on deck. We're going to play some small ball here. Sacrifice bunt, 86% chance of success. Here's the pitch. Flood squares. He puts the bunt down. And the only plays to first by Arrieta. Advancing to third is Brock with 1 out. And here comes Roger Maris. Maris in his final year of baseball in 1968. A shell of himself. Number 3 hitter. Maris batted .255. 5 home runs. And 45 ribbies. Still a solid fielder in right, though. Maris in the project has not been good. 160, no homers, 4 ribbies, 2 walks, 10 Ks. Maris needs a fly ball here to score the speedy Brock. Infield, outfield, normal depth. They'll give up the run. Maris looking for the 6-2 column. Arrieta deals to Roger Maris. And that is a 2-6. So Maris gets a pitch to grip and rip on the 2-6. Will he knock Brock in? 2-6. Ball 4. So Maris does not chase. He had his column, but he walks. Lawrence Williams is at the ball game. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. So Maris at first, Brock at third. Here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda in 1968, 248, 16 homers, 73 ribbies. In the project, 169, no homers, only 3 runners knocked in. He's walked 5 times, struck out 13. He has stolen 2 bases. Arrieta wants a double play ball. Looks in at Contreras. The windup and the pitch to the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, looking for the 2-6 column, and he's going to get the 6 column, so that is a 6-9 to the baby bull. 6-9 to Cepeda. Pitch homeward bound. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Arrieta challenged him. A fastball right down the heart of the plate, and Cepeda swung over it as it just dipped a little bit. Cepeda muttering to himself as he goes back to the dugout. Phantomatics here at the ballpark. Hope all is well. Another fun channel. Check them out. So it's up to Tim McCarver with 2 outs and runners on the corner. The Cardinal catcher in 1968, 253, 5 homers, 48 ribbies. In the project, batting below 200, 175, 5 runners knocked in, 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Maris at first, Brock at third. They will be off on contact. Can Arrieta pitch out of the jam? He nods his head. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to his counterpart, Tim McCarver. And that is a 1-6 to McCarver. Off the McCarver card, not a column of choice. 1-6. Arrieta jams him. Sky high pop-up. Second base. Zobrist, outfield turf, makes the catch. And the Cardinals blow a golden opportunity. We go to the top of the second. Scoreless here in St. Louis. Due up for the Cubs. Contreras, Happ, and Hayward to face Bob Gibson. Wilson Contreras for the Cubs batted .276, 21 homers, and 74 runners knocked in 2017. In the project, he is 0 for 10 with a walk and 5 Ks in 3 prior games. This will be the 4th and final game for the Cubbies in this project. Gibson deals to Contreras. Contreras looking for the 2-3. And he's going to get the 2 again. Gibby missing the mark. That's a 2-7. A 2-7. A chance to grip and rip for Contreras. 2-7. Hard hit ball. Javier backhands it. Throws to first. 1 down. Nice play by Javier at second. That'll bring up Ian Happ. In 2017 for the Cubs, Happ batted .253, 24 homers, and 68 runners knocked in. In the project, batting .167 with a ribby and a strikeout, left-handed batter. McCarver wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Happ. Happ looking for the 3-4. Gibby deals him a 1-8. A 1-8 to Happ. Fastball. Strike 3 outside corner. McCarver framed it beautifully, and that's Gibson's first strikeout. He now has 122 in the project. 2 outs, bases empty for Jason Hayward, the right fielder. In 2017, Hayward, .259, 11 homers, 59 RBI. In the project, batting .286, no homers, no ribbies, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Left-handed batter. Gibson looks in, picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Hayward, and that's a 3-9 to Hayward. 3-9 from Gibson to Hayward. Ground ball to Cepeda. He tosses it to Gibson, covering the bag, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless here in St. Louis. Due up for the Cardinals, Shannon, Tolan, and Javier. Mike Don't Call Me Del Shannon batted .266, 15 homers, 79 runners knocked in 1968. In the project, he's been one bright spot offensively. .291, 2 homers, 5 ribbies, 3 walks. He struck out 18 times. Arrieta looks in, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Mike Shannon looking for the 3-6 column from Arrieta, and he's going to get a 3-4. So it's a 3 column of choice, and a 4. Pitch to grip and rip for Shannon. 3-4, and a 14. 14. A flat slider. Shannon crushes that ball to left center field. John Jay racing back. He looks up. It is gone. Mike Shannon has just blasted out a homer to left center field. Boom goes the ball, and Mike Shannon touches them all. 1-0 Cardinals. So Shannon picks up his 3rd home run. And here comes Bobby Tolan with no outs, the designated hitter. Bobby Tolan batted .230 with 5 homers and 17 ribbies. In the project, .316, a homer and 2 runners knocked in. No walks. He struck out 5 times and has stolen a base. So let's see what the left-handed batter can do against Jake Arrieta. Tolan looking for the 1-6. Arrieta kicks and fires. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, 6s across the board. You get your kicks on Route 66. That's a 6-12 to Bobby Tolan off the Arrieta card. 6-12, a ball hit back to Arrieta. That's a 19. Arrieta fields the hard hit ground ball. Now we'll throw over to Rizzo. Here's the error check, and that is a 6. And Arrieta throws the ball away. Jake Arrieta throws the ball away. Rizzo chases it down. Tolan thought about going to second, but he stays put. So Tolan, 85% chance of stealing. Here comes Julian Javier, the second baseman, the number 8 batter. He batted .260, 4 homers, 52 ribbies. In the project, he's been a pleasant surprise at the plate. .281, no home runs, and 5 runners knocked in. He's walked 5 times, struck out 12. Tolan will attempt to steal second. 78% chance of getting the lead. And if he gets the lead 1 through 17, he's safe. Here's the attempt. And they throw over. They almost pick off Tolan. Wow, he was leaning a little too much. He does dive back in safely, though. Now it's a 65% chance. Javier, C for hit and run. Let's try a little hit and run. We got to get this offense going. And we're at 22% to put the ball in play. We like that. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Pass ball! A pass ball! So the ball gets by Contreras. And advancing to second is Tolan on the pass ball. Contreras should have had that. So no outs. Javier at the plate. He's going to try to bunt Tolan over now. 81% of a successful bunt. Here's the pitch. Javier squares. He puts the bunt down. Fielded by Bryant. He throws to Rizzo. Out number 1. Tolan advances to third. So Tolan is 90 feet away from the Cardinals putting up their second run. And here comes Dahl Maxville, the number 9 batter. The shortstop in 1968 for the Cardinals batted .253, a home run, and 24 ribbies. In this project, 191, 3 ribbies, no homers, 5 walks, 14 Ks. He needs to put the ball in play to score Tolan. Tolan, 1 through 16 base runner, good speed at third. He's looking for the 1-4 column. We're not going to squeeze here. The windup and the pitch from Arrieta to Maxville as the dice roll way over here. And that is a 4-5. Column of choice. Will it be a clutch hit for Dahl Maxville? 4 and a 5 from Arrieta to Maxville. 4-5. Curveball. Strike 3 looking. Oh, he buckled his knees with the breaking pitch. So now, with 2 outs, it's up to Lou Brock, who walked his first time up. Tolan at third. Brock choking up just a little bit on the bat, looking for the 2-6 column. Arrieta takes a peek to third, now looks in at Contreras. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock, and that is a 2-12 to Brock. Column of choice for Lou Brock, 2-12. Can he grip and rip on the Arrieta pitch? Brock is jammed, pop-up. Shallow outfield, Zobrist going out, Hayward coming in. Zobrist makes the over-the-shoulder catch, avoiding the collision with Hayward, and the side is retired. Once again, the Cardinals squander an opportunity to pick up another run. They do get a run on the Shannon blast. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Cardinals. Gibson back to the mound. He will face Russell, Schwarber, and the top of the order, John Jay. Addison Russell in 2017 for the Cubs batted .239, 12 homers, 43 ribbies. So far in the project, he's batting .300, 1 ribby, no walks, 3 Ks. Right-handed batter. Gibson deals to the Cubby shortstop, Addison Russell, and that is a 4-6. Column of choice. Gibson is not sharp. 4-6 to Russell. And an 18. Russell will strike this ball well. Gets good wood on it. Line shot to the leaping Shannon at third. That was slated to go down the line for 2. But Shannon, who's hit a home run, has now just done it with his glove, robbing Addison Russell of a leadoff double. So 1 out, no one on for all or nothing Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber, .211, 30 homers and 59 ribbies. A dreadful outfielder. He's at the DH spot. In the project, he is 0 for 9, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Schwarber looking for the 2-4. One swing of the bat could tie it. Gibson kicks and deals to Schwarber. The blue die rolls way over here, but we corral it. That's a 1-5. 1-5 off the Schwarber card. 1-5. And Schwarber works a walk. McCarver wanted the call. They didn't get it from the man in blue. So Schwarber's at first with 1 out. He's a tying run. 1 through 12 base runner. Cepeda holding him on. Here's John Jay. He singled his first time up. Maxville and Javier would love to turn 2. Jay is swinging away. Here's the pitch from Gibby to John Jay. And that is a 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. 2-3. Will Jay get his second hit? 2-3. He strikes this ball to right field. Maris on the run, racing back at the track. He makes the catch. Schwarber retreats back to first, 2 down. Jay missed a pitch to grip and rip. So 2 outs, and it's up to Chris Bryant. Bryant was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Bryant had 29 homers in 2017. He's batting .333 with no homers and no ribbies, as we stated earlier. He wants to get off the schneid in that mark. He wants that O to go. Gibson peeks to first, now looks in at McCarver. Here's the pitch to Bryant. And that is a 1-4. Will it close the door on Bryant? 1-4 to Chris Bryant from Gibson. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Cardinals of 1968. Due up for the Cards. Flood, Maris, and Cepeda to face Jake Arrieta. Corners are in. Flood is a B bunter. Flood wants to slap it past those drawn-in corners. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. The windup and the pitch from Arrieta to Flood. And that is a 6-5 off the Arrieta card, but a column of choice, 6-5 for Flood, 6-5, and a 15. So Flood's going to hit this ball well, but will it be well enough? Flood drives this ball deep to left. Happ racing back, he leaps, and he makes the catch. Does he have it? Yes! Happ has just robbed Flood of a homer. As we rolled a 15, a 1 through 7 would have been a bye-bye birdie. We rolled a 17, so Flood goes back to the dugout muttering to himself. Cardinals fans were hoping for another run. And here comes Roger Maris. He walked his first time up. Again, Maris, last year in baseball, 1968. A shell of himself. Here's the pitch from Arrieta to Maris, the former M&M boy, Maris and Mantle. Well past those days now. That's a 1-9 to Roger Maris. 1-9 to Maris. Slowly hit ball to second. Zobrist has it. Throws to Rizzo. 2 away. Bases empty for the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda struck out in the first against Jake Arrieta. Arrieta peers into Contreras behind the plate. Here's the pitch to the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, and that is a 2-8. Cepeda hoping for it to be great. Column of choice, 2-8. Will he grip and rip? 2-8. Cepeda hits it on the screws right at Zobrist at second, and the side is retired. The Cardinals strike the ball well, 2 out of 3 at-bats, but have nothing to show for it. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Cardinals. Once again, this offense can just not score runs. Due up for the Cubs of 2017, Rizzo, Zobrist, and Contreras. Anthony Rizzo flew out against Gibson. Gibson kicks and deals to Rizzo, and that's a 4s across the board, a 4-8, and that is a Rizzo column of choice off the Gibby card. So it's a 4-8 from Gibson to Rizzo, and that's a 14. Rizzo rips that shot, and Cepeda makes a nice backhanded grab. So the balls are being scorched here in St. Louis, but some good defense. 1 out, and here's Ben Zobrist. He grounded into a double play in the first that got the Cardinals out of a jam. Gibson steps off the mound, takes his cap off, wipes a bead of sweat. Back up on the bump. The windup and the pitch to Ben Zobrist, looking for the 1-4. And he has dealt a 3-2. How do you do on the 3-2? Off the Zobrist card. 3-2. And that's high and tight. And he nails Zobrist off the shoulder. Is Gibson trying to intimidate the Cubs? It's a second batter. Gibby is hit. And there's some chirping from the dugout now. Gibson just glares at him with that look like, get your ass in the batter's box. We'll see how it goes. So Zobrist is at first. Hit by a pitch, 1 out, and here comes Wilson Contreras, who grounded out. Gibson wants to induce the double play ball. Once again, Maxwell and Javier pinch that middle. Gibby peeks to first. Now, the windup and the pitch to Wilson Contreras, looking for the 2-3, and that is a 5-12 off the Gibby card. 5-12 to Contreras. 5-12 ground ball, first base, and that's a 4. Oh, that's a 4, which we had that already. That was a 4. Picked up the wrong die. So Cepeda will make a dive at it, and the error check is a 14. So this is disaster all the way around. They're going to give him an infield hit and a one-base error on Cepeda. So Zobrist motors all the way to third on an absolutely disastrous defensive play by the baby bull, who looked like a bull in the china shop right there. Contreras gets the hit and advances to second on the error by Cepeda. He made the dive, knocked the ball down, picked it up, tried to throw to Gibson covering the bag, and threw it away. So they award him a hit for Contreras and then a throwing error on Cepeda. 1 out, second and third, infield comes in. And here comes Ian Happ. He is 0 for 1. So I'll agree with the Cardinals bench coach for the infield in. We have such an anemic offense. We're hoping for a Gibby strikeout here. He did get Happ the first time on a K. Gibson, deep breath, arms down to his chest. He kicks and deals to Happ, who's looking for the 3-4, and that's a 6-7, the column of death on the Gibson card. So Gibson should come up big here. 6-7 to Happ, 6-7. Fly ball center field. This should be deep enough to score Zobrist. Flood going back at the track. He makes the catch. Zobrist trots in from third. Contreras bluffed, but Flood fired it back in. He stays at second. We have a 1-1 ball game. So that error comes back to hurt, and quite quickly. So 2 outs, go ahead run at second. Contreras, not the fastest runner, 1 through 11. Here comes Jason Hayward. He grounded out back in the second against Gibson. Chance to put the Cubbies ahead. Gibson, a very angry man on the mound, glares towards Cepeda, the first baseman. Now looks in at his catcher, McCarver. He deals to Jason Hayward, looking for the 4-2, and Hayward's going to get the 2 column plus the 9. So again, Gibson quite upset. Misses location, 2-9, 2-9. And Hayward jumps on that fastball. He singles to center. Will they wave Contreras around? They're going to wave him around. Flood's going to throw to the plate, 1 through 13. And Contreras is safe. We need a 14 or higher. They're going to let the ball go through. Here's the throw from Flood. It's a 3, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Cubbies. So the error produces 2 unearned runs. 2 unearned runs. And it's now 2-1 Cubs. Hayward advances to second with the RBI on the throw. So it's a single, advancement to second on the throw to the plate. Hayward has a ribby, and here comes Addison Russell, 2 outs. Cubs back in the same position, a runner in scoring position at second. Hayward, a slightly better runner, 1 through 13. Russell lined out his first time up. Gibson, very angry on that mound now. He deals to Addison Russell. Don't dig in, Addy. And that is a 5-7, excuse me, off the Gibson card. 5-7 to Addison Russell. 5-7. Fastball. Strike 3, outside corner. The side is retired. Gibson is beside himself, glaring at everybody as he goes back to the dugout. He's very upset. Those 2 runs unearned. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Cardinals trail by 1. Second verse, same as the first, as they sung in I'm Henry VIII, I am. So it'll be McCarver, Shannon, and Tolan to try to tie this game up and take the lead for the St. Louis Cardinals of 68. McCarver's 0 for 1. He popped out. Arrieta is going to try to outduel the great one, Bob Gibson. He deals to Tim McCarver, who's looking for the 6-3, and it is a 4-7. A 4-7 off the Arrieta card. 4-7 to Tim McCarver. And what luck they have is bad. It's a 20 on the split as he lines out right to Zobrist. 1 through 16 was a single. We rolled a 20. So 1 out, no one on for Mike Don't Call Me Del Shannon. He homered in his first plate appearance. If he does it again, we have a tie ball game. He's now batting .304, 3 homers and 6 ribbies. Let's see how Arrieta and Contreras pitch to Shannon. Arrieta shakes off Contreras. Shannon looking for the 3-6. Now Arrieta deals to Shannon. And it's a 4 and a 6. So it's a 4 off the Arrieta card. 4, 6 to Shannon. And an 11. Once again, the luck is not with the Cardinals. As Shannon sends this ball deep to center field, John Jay racing back at the track, makes the catch. Shannon just missed his second bye-bye birdie. 1 through 6 would have been a double. So there's 2 outs, bases empty for Bobby Tolan. Tolan does have 1 home run in the project, left-handed batter, DH. Can he keep the inning alive? Arrieta looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The windup and the pitch to Bobby Tolan, looking for the 1-6. And Tolan's going to get the 1 column. A pitch to Grip and Rip, 1-10. Can Bobby Tolan take advantage here on the Arrieta flat slider? 1-10. And he singles past the dive of Zobrist into right field. So Bobby Tolan is on. He is the tying run at first. 1 through 16, base running, 85% chance of stealing second. He's going to go. 78% chance of getting the lead. If he does, 1 through 17, he's safe. He's running. We need a 17 or under. There's a throw down. It's close. It's a 14. But Tolan slides in safely. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs. And now Julian Javier, who had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, can try to tie the game up here. Javier batting .281, no homers, 5 ribbies. Tolan takes his lead from second. Arrieta peeks over his shoulder. Now here's the pitch to Julian Javier, looking for the 1-6. And he's not going to get that. He's going to have to fight off a good pitch for a hit. That's a 4 and a 9. So a 4 column off the Arrieta card and a 9. A 4-9, 4-9, 4-9. Hard hit ball to short. Russell's up with it. He throws to Rizzo. And the side is retired. Tolan stranded at second. We go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 Cubs of 2017. Back up on the mound for the 68 Cardinals is Bob Gibson. Those 2 runs in the top of the 4th were unearned. He will face Schwarber. Then the top of the order, John Jay and Chris Bryant. Schwarber walked his first time up. All or nothing, Kyle Schwarber. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Schwarber. And that is a 5-6. Pick up some sticks. 5-6 to Schwarber. Off the Gibson card. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's K number 4. 1 away. Here's John Jay. John Jay's 1 for 2. He has single and flown out deep. Jay, a left-handed batter. Gibson deals quickly to Jay. And that's a 2-7. Jay is going to see another pitch to Grip and Rip. He's been a thorn in Gibson's side. 2-7 to John Jay. 2-7. And he picks up his second hit as that's a single to left as he goes the other way. So John Jay's at first. Here come the Cubs. Cepeda holding Jay on. Chris Bryant's at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and struck out. Jay, 65% chance of stealing. He can't get the lead. Now Gibson's full attention goes to Bryant. Bryant looking for the 3-2. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Chris Bryant. And he gets a 3 and a 5, and I believe that will be an excellent result. A 5 is usually a really good result. 3-5 to Chris Bryant. And that's a 4. Bryant's going to drive this ball deep. Jumps all over that fastball. Flood racing back at the wall. He leaps. He bangs off it. He doesn't have it. The ball rolls away. They're going to try to score John Jay all the way from first, 1 through 12 on the relay. He is out. We're going to go for the runner at the plate. The ball will be thrown on the relay. We need a 13, and we get a 4. So John Jay will score all the way from first on the Bryant double. Advancing to third is Bryant on the throw to the plate. A horrible relay throw. They had a decent shot at him. And it's now 3-1. Infield moves in. Anthony Rizzo comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 0 for 13 in the project. Rizzo can knock in Bryant with a fly ball. He's looking for the 3-4. 1 out. Brian at third. Gibson looking for a strikeout. He deals to Rizzo. And it's a 3-12 to Anthony. Column of choice for Rizzo. 3-12 to Anthony Rizzo. 3-12. And Rizzo picks up his first hit. Single past the dive of Cepeda. Scoring from third base is Bryant. So Anthony Rizzo picks up his first hit and his first RBI. And the Cubbies have now put up a legitimate 2 spot in the 5th. It's now 4-1. Remember, the ones in the 4th were unearned. And Gibson has to settle down here. McCarver goes out to the mound to try to calm down Bob Gibson. They have a brief chat. McCarver goes back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. Ben Zobrist is 0 for 1. They throw over, and they picked him off! They pick off Anthony Rizzo. Gibson just glares at him. What a move. Maybe that's what McCarver was going out there to tell him. Don't forget about Rizzo. And Gibson just picked him off. He throws over. Cepeda applies the tag on Rizzo, and that's 2 outs. Base is empty. Still 4-1, top of the 5th. Zobrist 0 for 1 with a run scored. He grounded into a double play, was hit by a pitch, and scored on that. Gibson, the windup, and the pitch to Zobrist, and that is a 1-11 to Ben Zobrist. Again, Gibson not sharp. Missing location. 1-11, column of choice. And an 18, Zobrist will hit the ball hard. Right back at Gibson, and the side is retired. Great catch by Bob Gibson on the liner back up the middle. But the Cubs of 2017 score 2. They now have a 4-1 lead against a very anemic St. Louis Cardinal offense of 1968. Due up for the Cards, Maxfield in the top of the order, Brock and Flood. Dal Maxfield 0 for 1. He struck out against Arrieta. Maxfield looking for the 1-4. Here's the pitch from Arrieta, and it is a 2-7. 2-7 to Maxfield. And Maxfield gets the next best thing. It's a walk. Cards need base runners. So Maxfield is on. Dave Gardner's here at the ballpark. Check out hockeytournaments.com as well as Dave Gardner's YouTube channel. Was playing a little Borderlands 2 I saw. I'll have to check that out a little later. So Maxfield's at first. Rizzo is not holding him on, playing behind him. Here's Lou Brock 0 for 1. He's walked and popped out. Brock looking for the 2-6. Flood on deck. Arrieta looks in. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Brock. And that is a 5-3. What will it be? We shall see off the Arrieta card. 5 and a 3 to Lou Brock. Maxfield at first. No outs. Fly ball left field. And that is a 2. And Happ is not going to get there. That's going to be a huge hit for Lou Brock. Error check. Let's see if he boots the ball around in left. And that's a 10. No error. So Lou Brock is going to double. Down the line. Happ chases it down in the corner. Racing all the way around from first base is Maxville. And it's a 4-2 lead. The Cardinals cut the lead in half. A clutch hit for Lou Brock. Bud W. is at the ballpark. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. And here's Kurt Flood, 0 for 1, a sac bunt and a flyout. He represents a tying run at the plate. He does have 7 ribbies, but no homers in the project, batting .222. Here's the pitch. And it's going to get away from Contreras. It's a wild pitch. Brock races down to third base. As Contreras chases it down, as Arrieta races towards the plate to cover it in case Brock had any adventurous notions. But now Brock stands at third with no outs. Flood. Opportunity to knock Brock in. Here's the pitch. And the ball gets away from Contreras again! 2 consecutive wild pitches by Jake Arrieta. Brock races in, touches home plate, and it's 4-3. The Cardinal fans are into it now. Hello, Jonathan Van Diesel. How you doing, my friend? So a walk, a double, and 2 wild pitches have produced 2 runs for the Cardinals. No outs, and here's Flood. Corners move in to protect against the bunt base hit. Flood swinging away, hoping to slap it past the drawn-in corners, looking for the 1-6 column. Here's the pitch to Kurt Flood. It's a 4-10. Arrieta deals Flood a 4-10. 4-10 to Flood. This will be a play for Contreras. It's an 18. It's a slow number out in front of the plate. Contreras will throw to first. Will they get Flood? 3s across the board. That's a 9. They will retire Kurt Flood on a nice play by Wilson Contreras. So 1 out, no one on, 4-3 lead for the Cubbies. The Cards have just scored 2. And here's Maris, 0 for 1 with a walk. He's also grounded out. Maris looking for the 6-2 column. Arrieta nods his head. He kicks and deals to Roger Maris. That's a 5-9 to Maris. 5-9 to Roger Maris. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Maris tried to turn back the hands of time, and he was denied. Well, we're glad to have you, Jonathan. Thank you very much. As Ken Castro says, we have a Jonathan sighting. He says, holy smokes, JVD. All right, 2 outs, and here's the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. He struck out and lined out. Can Cepeda go boom and tie it up? Arrieta and the Cubs hope not. Arrieta picks up the sign from Contreras. The windup and the pitch to Cepeda, and that's a 6-4. 6-4. A column of choice off the Arrieta card. Arrieta serves one up to the baby bull. 6-4. And an 8 on the split. And the luck continues to go bad on those splits. As he pops it up, shallow left center. Russell goes racing out, calls off everybody, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Cepeda muttering to himself once again. He had a pitch to crush and got over anxious. But the Cardinals do score 2. They pulled it within 1. We go to the top of the 6th. 4-3 Cubbies of 2017. Back up on the bump for the 68 Cardinals, Bob Gibson, as this is the Bob Gibson project. He will face Contreras, Happ, and Hayward. Contreras 1 for 2. Looking for the 2-3. Here's the pitch from Gibby. And Gibson deals Contreras a 6-5 column of death for a batter. The 6th column on the Gibson card in 68. 6-5 to Contreras. Rinse and repeat. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gibson's now struck out 5. Now bring up Ian Happ. 0 for 1 with a ribby. He had a sac fly. Gibson wants to work quickly. Happ thought about calling timeout, but Gibson glared at him. Here's the pitch to Happ. And that is a 1-8 to Ian Happ. 1-8 from Gibson to Happ. Not with love. Fastball. Strike 3 looking. McCarver throws the ball around. So there's 2 outs. Base is empty. Gibson back with the ball. He wants to go. Hayward calls time, or asks for time. It's granted. Gibson incensed with that. Hayward now gets back in the left-hander's batter's box. Here's the pitch from Gibson. Let's see if he comes high and tight to Hayward. Pitch homeward bound, and that is a 2-7. A 2-7 column of choice. Gibson misses location. 2-7. A 2-7 and a 5. To Hayward on the split, 2-7 and a 5. And Hayward takes that inside pitch, turns on it, and smokes it past Cepeda on the turf for a 2-out single. So Gibby did come high and tight a bit. Hayward was looking for it. So Hayward's at first. Cepeda holds him on for Addison Russell. The shortstop's 0 for 2. He's lined out and struck out. 4-3 ball game. Gibson doesn't want to give up any more runs. Cards down 1. He looks to first. Now in at McCarver. Here's the pitch to Addison Russell, and that is a 4-4. Will it shut the door? 4-4. It is a column of choice for Addison Russell off the Gibson card. 4-4. This will be a play for Tim McCarver. It is a 3. I don't know what WG means, but usually low numbers are not bueno. And an 11 on the error check. I believe McCarver will make the play here, and the side should be retired. No, it's a wild pitch. That's what WG means. Hayward advances to second. The Cardinal defense has been suspect to say the least. So a huge insurance run. Hayward, 1 through 13 base runner, but with 2 outs, we'll get a couple extra steps here. Russell, chance to get off the 0 for 2 schneid and knock a run in. McCarver pounds the mitt, sets the target. The big windup and the pitch from Gibson. And he deals Russell a 5-11. A 5-11 to Addison Russell. 5-11 off the Gibson card. 5-11. Hard hit ball. Shortstop. Maxville backhands. Throws to Cepeda. And the side is retired. Gibson pitches around the slight mess. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The 2017 Cubs 4. The 1968 Cardinals 3. Due up for the Cardinals, McCarver, Shannon, and Tolan. Tim McCarver's 0 for 2. He's popped out and lined out against Jake Arrieta. Arrieta is ready to work. He deals to McCarver, who's looking for the 6-3 column. And he's going to get a 6 column. So he will see a pitch to Grip and Rip. Will he take advantage? So that is a 6 and a 9 to Tim McCarver. 6-9 to McCarver. 6-9. And that's a 6 on the split. McCarver sends his ball deep to right. Hayward going back at the track. He leaps. He makes the catch. And my God, the Cubs have done it again. They have robbed a round tripper. A 1 would have been a homer. 2 through 20, a deep flyout. And what a catch by Hayward in right. So again, the Cardinals have had 3 opportunities for homers. They've only gotten 1, and that's the man at the plate. Mike, don't call me Del Shannon. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Happ has robbed a homer in left, and now Hayward has robbed a homer in right for the Cubbies. Shannon digs in, looking to tee it high and let it fly. Arrieta kicks and fires, and it is a 5-8 to Mike Shannon. 5-8 off the Arrieta card. 5-8. Arrieta to Shannon. 5-8. Bouncing ball to Bryan at third. He throws to Rizzo. 2 down. And here's Bobby Tolan, the designated hitter. He has reached on an error and single. The error was on Jake Arrieta. He's 1 for 2. 2 outs. Base is empty. Can Tolan keep the inning going? Digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Here's a pitch from Arrieta to Bobby Tolan. Tolan looking for the 1-6, and he's going to get the 1 column. It's a 1-10. A 1-10 to Bobby Tolan. 1-10, and Tolan singles to right. So Tolan is now 2 for 3, tying run at first. Tolan, 85% chance of stealing second. Julian Javier at the plate. Sack, bunt, and a ground out. Tolan's going to go. 78% chance of getting the lead. We attempt the steal. He's running. We need under a 17 and under. Here's the throw, and it is a 16. It's going to be a bang-bang play at second. As Contreras, Zobrist applies the tag. Zobrist jumping up and down. They thought they had Bobby Tolan, but Bobby Tolan has stolen another base. So Tolan's in scoring position with 2 outs. The Cardinals trying to produce runs any way possible. And here's Javier, choking up a bit on the bat. Javier looking for the 1-6 column. The windup and the pitch to Julian Javier. It's a 6-12 to Javier. Can he do it? 6-12 to Julian Javier. 6-12. Ground ball back to Jake Arrieta, who's already made an error. And that's a 4! It's going to be a tough play for Arrieta. He knocks it down. Races to his left. Picks it up. He fires to Rizzo. And that's a 13. Low throw. Rizzo picks it out of the dirt. And the side is retired. Anxious moments for the Cubs and their fans watching and listening on TV and radio, and those who have made the trek to St. Louis. Arrieta pitches out of the mess. We go to the top of the 7th, 4-3 Cubbies of 2017. Back up on the mound for the 68 Cardinals. You know it. Bob Gibson. He will face Schwarber, Jay, and Bryant. Schwarber is 0 for 1 with a walk. He's also struck out. Gibson kicks and fires to Kyle Schwarber, and that is a 3-10. 3-10 to Schwarber. And a 13. Gibson fooling no one. Schwarber rips a shot at Javier. Great reaction. 1 down. So a lot of hard hit balls for both teams, and not as much as they think to show for it. So here's John Jay. He has owned Bob Gibson. He has singled, flown out, and singled. 2 for 3 with a run scored. Left-handed batter. Gibson nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Jay. And that's a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 1-3 off the John Jay card. 1-3 to John Jay. Bounding ball to Javier at second. Over to Cepeda, 2 away. Scoring at home 4-3. 2 outs, base is empty for Chris Bryant. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a ribby. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out. Tremendous power by Bryant, third baseman. McCarver goes through the signs. Gibson quickly nods his head. The big leg kick and the pitch to Chris Bryant. And that is a 4-6 to Bryant. Off the Gibson card. 4-6 to Bryant. 4-6 and a 19 split. Bryant's going to hit the ball hard. Right at Shannon at third. Good God almighty. A lot of line drives here. And timeout for trivia. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Cubs. Name the Braves pitcher who had the last 20-win season. Name the Braves pitcher who had the last 20-win season. I'm going to say, I want to say Greg Maddux, but I don't think it's Greg Maddux. What was the other pick? I'm going to say Tom. Oh, they just had a 20-game winner, though. Oh, I think. I'm going to go Tom Glavine. It's wrong, so let's find out. Russ Ortiz, 2003. Not as recent as I thought, as of 2019. 21-7. I never thought he was that good of a pitcher, though. I remember that season. Yeah. 2003, Russ Ortiz, 21-7. All right, so Arrieta's back up on the mound as timeout for trivia is over. And we play Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Take Me Out to the Crowd, Buy Me Some Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root, root, root for your home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And happy Memorial Day. And thank you to all the veterans who served and gave the ultimate sacrifice, and those who continue to serve, and their families and friends. All righty, here's Dahl Maxwell. He'll be followed by Brock and Flood. Maxwell's 0 for 1 with a run scored. He has struck out and walked. Cards down by 1. Arrieta back up on the bump, toes the rubber, looks in at Contreras. He deals to Maxwell. Maxwell looking for the 1-4, and he gets a 1 and an 11. Column of choice for Maxwell. 1-11. 1-11. And this time, the 20-sided die god is kind. It's a 2, and he singles up the middle past Arrieta. The tying run is at first. And here's Lou Brock, 1 for 2 with a double. He's walked, popped out, and doubled, knocking in a run. Tying run at first. Brock's going to swing away. Corners are playing in, and that's it. Joe Maddon's going to bring in Mike Montgomery. So let's check out Mike Montgomery for the Cubs in 2017. 7-8 with 3 saves. He did have 14 starts also. Gave up 10 homers, struck out 100, and walked 55 in 131 innings pitched. He's a left-handed thrower, so a lefty-lefty matchup here. Brock is an even batter. He hits lefties and righties basically around the same. So though it's 27% against lefties and 73%, I would think there'd be some sort of a... And he has weak power against lefties, but you're not taking Brock out, that's for sure. Their bench is horrendous, and you're not taking Brock out anyway. Corners are in. 72% chance for a successful sac bunt. He's going to bunt. Here's the pitch. He squares. He puts it down. Fielded by Bryant. The only play is to Rizzo for out number 1. Maxville is in scoring position. He represents the tying run. Cubs up 4-3, and here comes Curt Flood. He was 0 for 3 against Arrieta. 0 for 2, excuse me. He did have that sac bunt in the first. He's glad to see Arrieta go. Let's see how Montgomery and the Cubs deal with Curt Flood. Maxville takes his lead from second. Montgomery deals to Flood. Flood looking for the 1-3. What will it be? It's a 1-5. A 5 is usually an excellent result. So can Curt Flood tie it? 1-5. A pitch to Grip and Rip. 1-5 and a 6. Curt Flood gets a 6 on the split. He's going to strike this ball. That is deep to center field. Jay has no shot at it. It's off the wall. Bounces away from Jay. Racing to third base is Curt Flood with a 1-out triple. Scoring easily from second is Maxville. And we have a tie ball game to the cheers of the fans here in St. Louis. It is 4-4. Say no more. So a triple by Flood. He stands at third. Infield moves in. He's the go-ahead run. Here's Roger Maris, 0 for 2 with a walk. He's also ground out and struck out in his last plate appearance against Jake Arrieta. So Montgomery will blow the save. Can Maris knock the ball past the draw in an infield? Maris looking for the 2-6. Flood, a 1-16 base runner. At worst, Maris needs to drive this ball deep enough in the outfield for Flood to score. Here's the pitch to the former M&M boy, a shell of himself, Roger Maris. And Montgomery deals Maris a 2-9. So Montgomery might serve up a pitch to Grip and Rip. Column of choice, 2-9 to Roger Maris. 2-9. Maris comes through in the clutch. Single past the dive of Rizzo. Coming in to score from third is Flood. The Cardinals go up 5-4 to the Euphoria. Here in St. Louis, the fans are loving it. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th, have a 1-run lead with 1 out. Maris, very happy. Good for Roger Maris. Just a shell of himself comes through in the clutch. Maris at first. Rizzo is playing behind him. Only a 5% chance of stealing. And here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Montgomery has not spelled relief, that's for sure. Cepeda struck out, lined out, and popped out. He'd like to add a base hit, and that's it. Joe Maddon's seen enough. Maddon and the Cubs are 0 for 3 in this project with 1 game left. This is it. And they bring in Justin Grimm. Justin Grimm, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save, 5.53. Cardinals got to take advantage of this. You will face Cepeda, who's 0 for 3. Maris at first, 1 out. 5-4 Cardinals. 5 runs. If you told me the Cardinals would score 5 runs for Gibson, I'd say he was a sure thing. But it's been a workmanlike performance for Gibson. He hasn't had his best stuff. Here's the pitch to the baby bull, Cepeda looking for the 2-6. And that's a 1-12 off the Cepeda card. 1-12 from Grimm to Cepeda. 1-12. And Cepeda smashes the ball to center. Maris, first to third, 1-16, they're going to send him. And the ball goes into second to keep the double play in order. So Maris stands at third, Cepeda stands at first. Runners on the corners for the Cardinals. And here comes Tim McCarver. And Grimm is a +9. He is god-awful. We're sending Cepeda. If he gets the lead, 90% chance of stealing. And Joe Maddon has seen enough of Mr. Grimm, as it was a grim result. Here comes Koji Uehara. Uehara, 3 wins, 4 losses, 2 saves, 3.98. 7 homers, 50 strikeouts, 12 walks. 1 out, corners, playing in. They still hoping to turn 2 if it's hit hard at the middle infielders. Cepeda is now being held on, 40% chance of stealing. So he's not going anywhere. McCarver needs to get this ball to the outfield to hope that Maris can score on a sac fly at the worst. 5-4, Cardinals looking to add to it. Uehara hoping for the double play. Contreras has a word with Uehara, back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to his counterpart, Tim McCarver, looking for a 3-4, and it's going to be a 5-10. A tough pitch, a good pitch by Uehara. So that's a 5-10 to McCarver, 5-10, and a 10. And this should be deep enough as McCarver is going to strike this ball. Right field, Hayward going back at the track. He makes the catch, tagging up and scoring his Maris. And now the Cardinals have a 6-4 lead. Good God, this is like a month worth of runs for the Cardinals in one game. And Gibson still showing no emotion on that bench. So there's 2 outs. Cepeda's at first. The Cards now have a 2-run lead, 6-4. And here comes Mike, don't call me Del Shannon. 1 for 3 with a home run off Arrieta. Uehara kicks and deals to Shannon, who's looking for the 3-4, and it's going to be a 5-8. This might end the inning here. A 5-8 to Shannon, 5-8. Tough pitch, and Shannon singles up the middle. Cepeda, 75% chance going first to third. They're going to send him. And again, the throw goes into second to keep the force in order. So runners on the corners once again for Bobby Tolan. Shannon, that was an excellent pitch by Uehara. And Shannon did a great piece of hitting going down to get that ball. Possibly a low strike and singling hard to center. Cepeda at third, Shannon at first. Bobby Tolan is 2 for 3. He reached on an error by Arrieta, then had 2 singles off of him. Can the Cardinals continue to pour it on? And that's it. Joe Madden just making change after change. Here comes Brian Dusing. So here's Dusing. 1 win, 1 loss, 2.74. No saves. He pitched 62 innings, 6 homers, 61 strikeouts, and 18 walks. None of these relievers have spelled relief. The Cardinals continue to pour it on. 6-4. They want more. Bobby Tolan will now face Dusing. Here's the pitch to Bobby Tolan looking for the 6-5, and that's a 1-10. Can Dusing finally get the Cubs out of this inning? 1-10 to Bobby Tolan. 1-10. Pop-up, second base. Zobrist waving his arms. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals strike for 3 on some clutch hitting. And they now lead 6-4 as we go to the top of the 8th. Bob Gibson, 8-6 with 1 no decision. This is his 16th start. Looking for his 9th win. His ERA is now 2. He's thrown 140 innings, given up 94 hits, 39 walks, struck out 127, 9 homers. Today, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Here's Anthony Rizzo, 1 for 3 with a ribby. Picked up his first hit and RBI in the project. This will be the Cubs' final game. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Rizzo, looking for the 3-4, and that's a 5-6. Pick up some sticks. So a 5-6 to Anthony Rizzo. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss! Strike 3! Gibson gets Rizzo, and he now has 7 Ks. Here's Ben Zobrist 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, hit by a pitch, and grounded out. Gibson just wants the damn ball. He wants to go and go quick. He's ready to work. Here's the pitch of Zobrist, and that's a 1-7 to Zobrist. And Gibson, a little over-anxious, throws a flat slider, 1-7. And a 17. Zobrist lines to the leaping Javier at second. 2 away. Again, Gibson has not been sharp, but he has a chance. He is 4 outs away from his 9th win, and he'll face Wilson Contreras to try to get the 3rd and final out here in the top of the 8th. Contreras 1 for 3. Contreras looking for the 2-3 column. Gibson nods his head. The big windup and the pitch to Wilson Contreras, and that is a 4-4. Will this shut the door? 4-4 to Wilson Contreras. This would be a play for McCarver. It's a 12. It's a pop-up. McCarver throws his mask out. He's out in front of the plate. He's waiting for it to come down. Error check. That's a 7. And McCarver will make the error. Holy cow, was it in fair territory? Yes. As the ball quickly bounced into foul territory, but the umpire called it fair. And to his credit, Contreras didn't sit there and stare at it. He was running to first. And that is the second error for the Cardinals. And Gibson just glares at his catcher. And here's Ian Happ. Happ represents a tying run at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a ribby. Happ had 24 homers in 2017. He does have no homers, but 2 ribbies in this project. Again, the Cubs and every other team only play 4 games, as they play the Cardinals twice, home and away, and the 68 Tigers and Denny McLain twice. So let's see what Happ can do. He's looking for the 3-4. Gibson needs to do it himself. Happ represents a tying run at the plate. Here's the pitch to Ian Happ from Bob Gibson, and that is a 1-9 and an 18 split. 1-9 to Ian Happ. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gibson challenged him with the high heat and blew it by him. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-4 Cardinals. Due up for the 1968 Cardinals. Javier, Maxville, and Brock to face Brian Dusing. Javier's 0 for 2. He does have a sacrifice bunt. We have just lost. Gigio, the white die, has made a run for it. I'm free. I'm free. Oh, that's right. I got you. Oh, you're so mean. Are you excited about your new show coming up, Gigio? Oh, I like it very much. Me and the monkey. That's right. You and the monkey will be answering questions or taking questions. Yeah, we're going to like Ann Landers and Dr. Ruth. Okay, enough of that, Gigio. Back to work. Oh. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Javier, looking for the 1-3. And it's a 6-6. Pick up some sticks. You get your kicks on Route 66 off the Dusing card. 6-6. And Javier singles up the middle, past the dive of Russell and Zobrist, a bounding ball picking up speed on the turf. And here come the Cardinals again. Javier, 75% chance of stealing second. He's going. 17% chance of attempting the steal. If he gets it, 1 through 15. They throw over. He dives back. He is safe. Rizzo. Can't believe it. They thought they had him, so Javier just dives back in safely. Dusing, not really known for a good move, +2, but that was a pretty good move. And here comes Dahl Maxville, 1 for 2 and 2 runs scored. Corners playing in, looking for the bunt. 72% chance of success. He's going to put the bunt down. Here's the pitch. He squares. He puts it down, and it is foul. 56% chance of a successful bunt. They will take the bunt off. And Dahl Maxville now steps back in the box after looking down to the third base coach. Javier takes his lead at first. Maxville looking for the 1-6. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch from Dusing to Maxville. And that is a 6 and a 2. A 6-2. Can Maxville do it again? 6-2. Fly ball, left field X, and that's a 12. And good gosh almighty, is Happ God. He is worse than the other guy in left. 1 through 11's a hit. We rolled a 12. So he's racing to the ball. Should make the catch as long as he doesn't make an error. That's an out. And that's a 10. He will make the running catch. 1 through 11 is a hit. We rolled a 12. So Javier quickly gets back. He was halfway to second. As Happ races back, makes the catch. And, Javier takes second. Wow. So Happ had a brain fart in left. Javier, watching the ball, he must have thought Happ was going to catch it. Quickly raced back to first and tagged up. Unbelievable. So Hap did make a great play banging into the wall, but then admired his work. So Javier stands at second with 1 out. That is a sacrifice. And here's Lou Brock, 1 for 2, a double. A ribby and a sack bunt. He's also walked and popped out. 6-4 Cardinals. Javier takes his lead, 1 through 16 base runner. Brock digs in the left-hander's batter's box. He awaits the deucing offering. Pitch homeward bound to Lou Brock. Brock looking for the 2-6, and that's a 3-8 to Brock. With Javier at second, 1 out, 3. And an 8 to Lou Brock. 3-8. Ground ball to short. Russell's up with it. He throws to Rizzo. Javier stays put at second. So 2 outs, Javier will be off on contact. Gets a few extra steps for Curt Flood. 1 for 3, and that huge triple back in the 7th that knocked in a run during that 3-run uprising. Can he do it again? Looking for his second ribby. Here's the pitch to Flood. Javier will be off on contact. That is a 6-9. Column of choice for Flood off the deucing card. 6-9. Will Flood do it again? 6-9. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Breaking pitch fooled him badly. We go to the top of the 9th. Gibson looking to close it out with 3 more outs and pick up his 9th win in his 16th start. He has 1 no decision. Gibson 8-6. So far, he has pitched 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. In my book, 1 walk, 8 Ks. If he strikes out the side, he will have 11 strikeouts. As Bud W. thinks Gigio sounds like Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill. All right, Hayward 2 for 3 with a ribby. Ground out, a single, and a single. Joe Madden is going to bring in Tommy La Stella. Really? The guy has 2 hits. Well, Joe Madden's supposed to be a genius. He brings in Tommy La Stella. And Tommy La Stella, let's go to his card. A Paisan. Batted .288 and 125 at-bats, 5 homers, 22 ribbies. And he's an excellent against 90% against right-handed pitching. When he gets his hits, it's against righties. So he's going to try to get the tying runs to the plate. If La Stella gets on, it will be Addison Russell representing the tying run. La Stella looking for the 1-4. Gibson glared towards the dugout, saying, "You better not take me out." Looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to La Stella from Gibson. And it's a 2-11 off the La Stella card. 2-11 to Tommy La Stella. And that is a 3rd batter hit by a pitch. Gibson comes in high and tight, and it grazes La Stella's shirt. Gibson complaining, but La Stella takes first base, and here comes Addison Russell 0 for 3. McCarver goes out to have a word with Gibson. Gibson has hit 3 Cubby batters. A little chirping now, and Joe Madden goes to the bench again, and he's going to bring in Hamir Candelero, or Jameer. It could be Hamir or Jameer. I'm going to say Jameer Candelero, probably Hamir Candelario. 283, 3 homers, 16 ribbies, and he likes to hit off righties also when he gets his hits. That's where it's at. All right, so Candelario digs in. No outs. La Stella at first. Candelario represents the tying run. Gibson kicks and deals to Candelario, and that is a 4-6 pickup. 4-7, excuse me. And Candelario's going to see a pitch to grip and rip off Gibson. 4-7, and Candelario singles to center. Oh, my Lord, it's just had not been Gibson's day. Holy cow. Dave Little's at the ballpark. Check out. He had a wonderful game today that I watched and listened to. It was awesome. Check it out between the early 70s Knicks and the early 70s Bucks. Awesome in his Action PC basketball league that he does on his channel. So it's Kyle Schwarber. Do we go to the pen? Gibson rarely comes out of a game, but he just doesn't have it. Though he's gotten Schwarber twice and walked him. Check out the Schwarber card. Who do they have left on the bench? Yeah, no. We will stick with Gibson. To face Schwarber, no outs, 2 on. Schwarber represents the winning runs. La Stella at second. Candelario is at first. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Schwarber. Schwarber looking for the 2-4 moment of truth. It's a 1-4. So a 1 column and a 4. Can this be a double play ball? 1-4 to Schwarber. 1-4. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gibson has now struck out 9. He is 2 outs away. And here comes John Jay. Jay has been a thorn in Gibson's side. 2 for 4 with a run scored. Gibson, pure determination on that mound. Glares in at McCarver. Nods his head. He deals to John Jay looking for the 2-4. It is a 6-5 where batters go to die on the Gibson card. 6-5 to John Jay. Hard hit ball to Javier. Maxville to Cepeda. Ball game over. So Gibson allows the first 2 runners on. He strikes out Schwarber and then gets John Jay to bang into the 4-6-3 double play as Javier fielded the hard one hopper off the turf. Maxville, beautiful feed to Maxville coming across the bag and onto the baby bull Orlando Cepeda. Bob Gibson picks up win number 9. It was a struggle. It was a workmanlike performance, and Gibson gutted it out. The Cubs go 0 for 4 in the project. You know, again, if you told me the Cardinals were going to score 6 runs, I thought Gibby would easily win. But he just was missing location. He hit 3 batters, 8 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of them were earned, as the first 2 runs that scored in the 4th came after an error that should have ended the inning. Let's go to the box score, and let's bring that up, and we'll call it a stream. Let's go here, and fit to page in OBS. Make that a little bigger. Before we go to the box score, I'd like to say thank you to Jonathan Van Derziel. I think I said Diesel. I apologize. Thank you. It's great to see you, JVD. Thank you to Dave Little. Check out both those wonderful YouTube channels. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire from the great state of Rhode Island. Bobby Cantilano, check her out. She has a new video up. Bud W, thank you. Phantomatic, our good friend Phantomatic. Check his channel out. What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub. And congrats once again to little T-Dub, graduating from kindergarten. Many more happy, healthy years for everyone there and elsewhere in the chat. And check out one of the greatest boxing channel on YouTube for news and prognostications. What's Blazing in Sports. Let's continue to scroll up. I think we got everybody. ID Gesture, thank you very much for stopping by. Another wonderful channel. Lawrence Williams, thank you. Hope we're first or second time we've seen Lawrence Williams, so thank you very much. I think that's the first time. I think that's the gentleman I met in What's Blazing in Sports chat this afternoon. When we're talking about Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. It'd be nice if they just fought each other. They'd make a ton of money anyway. All right. So thank you very much. Let's go to the box score. And Bob Gibson is now 9-6. In 16 starts, he has 1 no decision. He went 9 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. They're saying 3 of them were earned. I disagree with that. I believe only 2 should have been earned. 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. His ERA is now 1.97, so it's still under 2. Arrieta, no decision, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks, and a home run. He finishes, actually both of his games he pitched, he had no decisions. With a 5.68 earned run average, that's awful. Montgomery, blows the save and takes the loss in a third of an inning. Their bullpen was awful. Madden kept making changes, and none of them worked. 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Then Grimm came in, gave up a hit. Madden yanked him. Uehara came in, got one out. He pitched a third, and he gave up a hit. And then Dusing came in, and he pitched an inning and a third. And he gave up 1 hit and struck out 1. Obviously, all through that horrible, the only reliever to give up the runs was Montgomery. And the Cubs go 0 for 4 in the project. John Jay was 2 for 5 with a run scored for the Cubs. Bryant was 1 for 3, a run scored and a ribby. Rizzo, and Bryant had the homer, I do believe. No, I'm sorry. Gibson didn't give up a homer. Rizzo was 1 for 4 with a ribby, his only hit in the project. And only RBI. He batted .067. Zobrist 0 for 3 with a run scored. Contreras 1 for 4 with a run scored. Happ 0 for 3 with a ribby. Hayward 2 for 3 with an RBI. LaStella, the pinch hitter, walked. Russell was 0 for 3. Candelario, pinch hitter, 1 for 1. And Schwarber, the DH, 0 for 3. The Cubs go down to defeat for the 4th time. 32 at-bats, 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 ribbies. For the Cardinals, Lou Brock, now batting .212, 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. Kurt Flood, 1 for 4, a run scored and an RBI, now batting .227. Roger Maris, 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. So the top 3 came through finally. He's only batting .170. Cepeda, 1 for 4, batting .175. McCarver's 0 for 3 with an RBI on a sack, .167. You see the problem here with those batting averages? Shannon continues to impress, 2 for 4, a run scored in a ribby, .305. Bobby Tolan, 2 for 4, .348. And Julian Javier, 1 for 3. He's now batting .283. I was thinking about moving those guys up, but I'm thinking that Brock and Flood and even Maris would get started just a little bit, and they did, so it all worked out. We did score 6 runs. Dalville even contributed, now batting .200, 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. The Cardinals, in 31 at-bats, get a month worth of runs, 6 of them, in 10 hits and 5 ribbies, as 1 scored on a wild pitch. So once again, Bob Gibson's now 9-6 in 16 starts. He has 1 no decision. So there are 24. He has 8 more starts. 8 more starts. He will not reach the 20-win plateau. And it was a workman-like performance for Gibson. He gutted it out. Went 9, got the win. So thank you very much. Till next time. Health and happiness. Take care. Oh, Bud W asks, PC games, send a disc or is it all download? I get it by download, Bud. I guess they could send you a disc, but if you can get it by download, it's pretty quick. It's not even the game's downloaded, and when you update your game, upgrade, it's a download. Most of the files they give you once you download the game, all the files are in your game, and they give you a code, a key code, and you punch it in. So the only time you really download is the original game. And then they give you key codes, and you punch them in. And that gives you... So the only time you have to download is if you upgrade the game. If you buy... No, I don't even think... I think once you buy the game, everything's in there. You just need the key codes. So, alrighty. So thank you very much. Till next time. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. And hats off to Bob Gibson. And the Cardinals actually scored 6 runs. He's now 9-6. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming. What's coming, Gigio? Peace. That's right. Happy Memorial Day. God bless all our veterans. Peace.